So after that, what happened?
Carried by the flow of the crowd, we suddenly found ourselves at the very top. The sky was a brilliant kaleidoscope of changing colors, from the most delicate blue to vivid shades of orange, as the sun emerged above distant hills in the east. I stood mesmerized by the breathtaking view, till a tap on my shoulder reminded me to look in the opposite direction, where there was another amazing spectacle. A huge shadow was beginning to appear high up on the western sky. It was a perfect triangle that looked as if it had been projected onto an enormous screen in the sky, formed by the mist and clouds to the west of the mountain. It was the shadow of Adam's Peak, the very mountain we were standing on. This is an optical phenomenon that happens just as the sun emerges from the horizon, and as it rises higher, the shadow moves downwards. It was a fleeting sight, which appeared like magic and quickly disappeared as the mists dissolved in the bright morning daylight.
Okay, now what happened? Almost carried by the flow of the crowd. So I already told that the path to the summit was very crowded. So when you visit to a very crowded place, what happens? At times it happens that you don't have to walk by yourself. By the flow of the crowd, somebody pushes you, somebody pulls you, and by that only you reach your destination, isn't it? So the same thing happened to the narrator also over here. So she was actually carried by the flow of the crowd. We suddenly found ourselves at the very top. So she was carried by the crowd and she found herself at the top, that is at the peak or the summit. The sky was a brilliant kaleidoscope of changing colors. Now, what is the meaning of kaleidoscope?
Kaleidoscope. A design with patterns that keeps changing. One can see a beautiful kaleidoscope of colors from the summit of the Butterfly Mountain.
Okay, so kaleidoscope means it's a pattern. You can see when you were young, I think you have played also with kaleidoscope, and at times you can make also kaleidoscopes where if you rotate that kaleidoscope, there are different colors and images that take place inside and you can see through it. From the most delicate blue to vivid shades of orange as the sun emerged above distant hills in the east. So there were different colors. And what were the colors? From most delicate blue to vivid shades of orange. I stood mesmerized by the breathtaking view till a tap on my shoulder reminded me to look in the opposite direction where there was another amazing spectacle. A huge shadow was beginning to appear high up on the western sky. So I stood mesmerized. What is the meaning of mesmerized?
Mesmerized, fascinated. We were mesmerized by Shravya's singing.
Okay, so you were swayed away by the beauty. You were fascinated by the breathtaking view. Breathtaking view means beautiful view. Till a tap on my shoulder reminded me to look in the opposite direction. Tap on my shoulder means somebody was calling her that now just stop looking at the beauty of the sunrise this side. Just turn back and look the beauty on the other side. And what was there? That view was also amazing spectacle. What is the meaning over here?
Spectacle. An unusual, exciting or impressive event or sight. Watching a peacock dance is one of nature's most exciting spectacles.
Yes. So it is an unusual and unbelievable beautiful sight. It was. What was the sight? The shadow of the Adam's Peak, or where the narrator was standing on the western sky. It was a perfect triangle that looked as if it had been projected onto an enormous screen in the sky formed by the mist and clouds to the west of the mountain. Here you can see the picture over here, children. So from in between the mist and the cloud, you can see the shadow of the Adam's Peak over here. What is the meaning of projected? Let us see what is the meaning of projected.
Projected. To imagine an emotion that you feel is also being felt by someone else. His mother had projected her excitement onto him.
Okay, fine. So if it had been projected onto an enormous screen in the sky, And how was it formed? It was visible from among between the mists and the clouds also in the west part of the mountain. It was the shadow of Adam's Peak, the very mountain we were standing on. So the author was standing on this peak only. And this was the shadow of that peak. And it was a beautiful, fascinating, amazing experience, amazing view. This is an optical phenomenon that happens just as the sun emerges from the horizon and as it rises higher. So what is the meaning of optical phenomenon? Let's see here.
Optical phenomenon. Something that looks very different from what it really is, usually because of the way it reflects light. Some of the best photographs ever taken rely on optical phenomena.
Yes. So what is the meaning of optical phenomena? That they say that because of some passing of the light through certain areas, these type of images arise. So this was actually an optical phenomena. When it happens as the sun rises from the horizon and its horizon. Okay, what is the meaning of horizon?
Horizon. The line in the distance where the sky seems to meet the earth. The sun was setting on the horizon.
Okay, so you know this term horizon, children. When you see in the evening that when the sun sets, you will feel that the sun is setting at a position, at a place where the sky is meeting the earth. That is point called the horizon. And as it rises higher, the shadow moves downward. So as the sun rises higher, what happens? The shadow also starts disappearing. It was a fleeting sight. What is the meaning of fleeting?
Fleeting. Continuing for only a very short time. The rainbow was visible in the sky only for a fleeting moment.
Okay, so it was a fleeting sight. So it was visible only for a very short time, which appeared like magic and quickly disappeared as the mists dissolved in the bright morning daylight. Clear? All of you clear till here? I hope so. Please read the story, children. You will understand what is there. Okay? Now we come to the last paragraph.
After visiting the shrine with the holy footprint, we began our long downward trek. My legs ached and my knees felt like jelly, but my heart and mind were filled with the ethereal vision of the shadow of Adam's Peak, the lovely green hills all around, and the flocks of butterflies that passed by on their journey to the Butterfly Mountain. Samanalakan Tara Gandhi, author and wildlife conservationist.
Okay, fine. So finally, after visiting the shrine with the holy footprint, we began our long downward trek. So after the author reached the peak, what did she do? She saw the shrine. She visited the shrine and the holy footprint also. After that, what did she do? She started trekking downward with her friends. My legs ached. Ached means pained. And my knees felt like jelly. Jelly, why? Because you feel that jelly is not a solid substance. So she was feeling like her legs have become jelly. She was not getting any strength in her legs. But my heart and mind were filled with the ethereal vision. What is the meaning of ethereal vision? That a vision that will remain in your heart forever. It will never dissolve. Okay. And it seems as if means it's a heavenly vision. It is not a part of the real world. Clear? Of the shadow of Adam's Peak, the lovely green hills all around, and the flocks of butterflies that passed by on their journey to the butterfly mountain Samana Lakanda. So this view was an unforgettable view for the author, and this was an unforgettable memory for her. Clear? This story is a beautiful narration of the description, you can say, of the Adam's Peak. So go through the story. You have to know certain important things, that what are the names by which this peak is known as, How many types of breeds of species of butterfly migrates to this peak every year between December to May? Some names of these butterflies, and how did the shadow form in the western sky? Okay, read the story carefully, children. If you have any doubts, please get back to me. Okay, fine, children. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Tight with